Hi, I'm Angus Wright, and I also go by Angus By Design. And this is another day in a journal that I call Satsang of One. It's part of my personal wellness recovery action planning, and it's a daily maintenance tool that I use in my personal journey in exploring spirituality. Essentially, what I do is I listen to an episode of Ram Dass, Be Here Now. I make a digital journal about that. I then take the quotes and I put them in a physical journal, and I pull a card from an animal oracle deck, which I use for reflection and mindfulness. So this episode was with regards to relationships and living impeccably. So the first quote is around a fierce path. Look at your relationships and notice at which point you figure that you have too much to lose to let go into the one. I have sat in relationships and watched in horror that what I wanted I couldn't have because what I wanted was getting in the way of it. My desires with regard to the relationship were getting in the way of sharing awareness with another human being, which was going to be the ultimate intimacy. My yearning for intimacy was making me grab for intimacy relationally, and it was destroying exactly the thing that I wanted. And the next quote is watching the dance. It turns out that what brings you down becomes grist for the mill. Why would you go somewhere else to get it? You have a full pot of it right in front of you. Ram Dass. And the last quote is living impeccably in the moment. What we are talking about is how you live in the middle of the fire and how you live impeccably across planes of consciousness so that you are God with God, soul with soul, identity with identity. You push away nothing and you grab at nothing. You don't get high and you don't get low. These are highs and lows. There are achievements and disappointments. And there are births and there are deaths. Yet every mythic part of it is played impeccably and beautifully, played with full involvement, yet without clinging mind. Ram Dass. And this ties in with so the last couple of days it's been really reflecting on developing the ability to meditate, to check in, to be present, to be grounded, not getting attached by the distractions and how we interpret everything happening around us. And so we're going to just put that energy into the deck, reflecting on what we bring into the relationship, how we interpret relationships around us, how that impacts our thoughts and feelings and reactions. And then just being mindful of the self-reflection and the tools that we can learn from that wisdom. There it is. So today's animal card is the brown bear spirit. And the brown bear spirit is saying, take time out. You can see that? So, taking time out. Brown bear spirit, take time out. The oracle message. There is a time to act and and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of brown bear spirit signals that you are best served by foregoing hard work towards your goals at the moment and instead taking time out to meditate or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land as you contemplate and imagine what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for dreaming, and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. How might you become that person that you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Insights will arise as you explore the possibilities and begin envisioning your plan. Knowing what you want will ensure that you use your energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time. Relax and be calm and peaceful so that you can recharge. The call for action will come later. The protection message. When you become so frazzled that you can't decide how to move forward, brown bear spirit arrives to remind you to let go of your impatience in getting the answers and solving the problems that face you. Now is the time for rest and meditation. Take a break, let insights arise, and know that you have plenty of time to make plans. Brown bear spirit reminds you that sometimes the best and most effective action is non-action. Allowing the situation around you to reveal itself to you so that you can better understand it. Remember that what is yours will never be withheld from you, so you really can relax and wait until the next right action is revealed. Miracles come from out of nowhere, and yours will arrive on Great Spirit's timetable. I certainly appreciate the message behind the brown bear spirit, especially as it relates to what Ram Dass is talking about, right? And just taking a moment, staying present, being with whatever energy is coming, right? The beginning of the podcast, they sort of refer to, in Ram Dass's personal journey, he was using like mushrooms and different psychedelics in order to achieve those highs that he was chasing after. And certainly as part of my recovery in terms of my wellness, and when it comes to anxiety and trauma and all those things, you know, chasing those highs, wanting those high experiences, wanting the positive experiences all the time, pushing away the low experiences and the low drives and the low, those lows. It can be a juggle and a struggle, right? And so for me personally, like I go back to the times when I was putting together workshops called Changing Gears. and just reflecting on the cognitive behavioral therapy type skills and the dialectical behavioral tools that I have in my personal wellness toolbox in order to help me in those moments. And guided meditation, and yoga, and being one in my body certainly has been a big part of my own personal journey, managing symptoms that I've managed for many years based on choices that I've made for many years. So I just really love the message of not getting caught up, right? For me, yesterday has already come and gone. Tomorrow, I can't predict the future. Nobody can. All we have is what's right here, right now, right? So I just am so thankful for every lesson that the universe has for us. And I certainly need rest. I certainly need to recharge. I certainly need to reflect and appreciate what I have today. And right now I just feel so filled with love and appreciation for the wisdom that that I'm getting from these lessons, the wisdom that I'm able to confirm and affirm through these reflections and through these actions of taking a daily practice, and certainly for the feeling of connection, the feeling of being part of one, a feeling of being connected with the source, right? Which I see as God. It's described as Rama, Krishna, whatever the path. Um, it's beautiful to be connected in the same way as every living thing. So I hope that this meets you well. Namaste.